Hello everyone, I am Third Mario Brother, and welcome back to more Let's Play Sonic Heroes. In the last episode, we finished up the Frog Forest and the Lost Jungle, and Team Sonic with Team Dark, and we made a few little amphibious friends. In this episode, we're going to begin another set of stages that I absolutely dread. Not just because of the set of stages, but because of the set of stages that we're going to be doing with Team Dark. Hang Castle and Mystic Mansion. The two longest stages in the game when played with Team Dark. We're going to be entering the spooky castle, and it's going to be one tedious time.
Are you sure this is the right way?
Affirmative.
What's up? Something on your mind?
Well, never mind. Let's go. That blue hedgehog like me. What did the doctor say about my memory? And just who am I?
That seems to be a recurring theme with Shadow. He's trying to find his past life and everything out about him, even in the Sonic Adventure games, and basically every Sonic game that he appears in, he's kind of trying to do that. Every mainstream, like, platformer Sonic game, not like Sonic Fighters and stuff like that. He's trying to find out who he is, and you know, they have doctors for that kind of thing, Shadow. They have hypnotists, they have, you know, Dr. Phil. Maybe you should go on his show and get checked out by him. He's an expert on the matter. I'm sure he'll be able to help. Nah. That would be ridiculous. Just imagine Shadow the Hedgehog on Dr. Phil. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling about ridiculous things that I just made up off the top of my head. And I'm going to play the level. But yes, as I mentioned earlier, this is one of the longest levels in the game. Probably only surpassed by the next level, which is Mystic Mansion. And you guys remember these levels from Team Sonic Story, right? They were reasonably difficult. Not, like, impossible to do, but in Team Dark Story, they're a bit harder, but a lot longer. About 8.5 minutes long each, I think is what I got on my practice run. So, yeah, very, very horrible if you die, especially if you're going for an all A-rank run like I am. And this really shows my dedication to this A-rank run, because, I mean, 8.5 minutes of gameplay. If I die once, I have to do it all over again. If I don't get an A-rank, I have to do it all over again. It's just horrible. But anyway, there's a little shortcut you can take there if you manage your momentum well. You can just jump up there with, like, skipping that spring. But, I don't know, if you want to get the bonus from the spring, that's not a thing you're going to want to do, because the bonus from the spring can give you points, but if you skip it, of course, you can't get those points. Very, very common sense stuff here. And make sure to take out those wizard robots, those wizard-looking robots, rather, early, because they can heal the other robots on the field, and they can be very annoying in that regard, in that all your damage, especially if done with the flying or speed character, because they're the only ones who don't kill the robots instantaneously when they're not fully leveled up, all their work can be undone instantly, and it will be very, very annoying. And there are a lot of things about this level that are annoying. But luckily, we have Team Dark's Team Blast, so we can cut down on our own time, which, I don't know, that should be helpful in getting an A rank. Have two robots here, let's go ahead and take them out with Omega, and then homing attack into the switch just to save a couple tenths of a second. Not that I'm a speedrunner or anything, which, I don't know. I don't even know how speedrunners do it. They do all these crazy things, and they execute absolutely everything perfectly, except maybe one thing that, you know, takes down a tenth of a second of their time, but apparently that's not good enough for them if they're a tenth of a second behind what they were last time. I don't know, I kind of admire speedrunners. They have a real dedication to the games they love. And anyway, we're gonna go ahead and hit this switch, and it's gonna raise a pole up out here in the, I don't know, I guess you could call this a courtyard, and it will raise up for quite a long way. It's quite a big pole, and, that's what she said, but that is irrelevant. Let's go ahead and swing up it. I'm not sure what kind of interior designer decided to put a bright red and white pole inside of a creepy place like this. They need to get fired. They need to lose their job. They are not getting a recommendation from me. Let's go ahead and level up Omega, since he seems to be the lowest level at this point. And here, this seems like it should be an automated exception. No. Seems like it should be an automated section. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Stupid Third Mario Brother doesn't know English. I guess that's my one and only meme in my Let's Plays. I don't know how to speak the English language, but that seems like it should be an automated section that should play it for you, but no, you have to keep kind of jerking your characters to the left to ensure that they stay on the right path and don't bump into the walls and such. But anyway, you can jump off the side here, and I kind of just found that out by accident right now. And I guess that will save some time rather than having to fall and fall and fall after jumping off that rail and conserving all of your momentum, because it's the law of conservation of momentum. Oh my gosh, guys, I am a science expert. Make sure not to homing attack that pumpkin there at the end, and make sure you're the first to initiate the homing attacks, not your teammates, especially if you're leveled up. They have a higher tendency to do that, I guess. But yeah, try not to homing attack that pumpkin ghost at the end there, because it's fairly useless to do so. You can just homing attack onto the platform itself and not have to worry about all that jazz. But let's go over here. It's wise to use Rouge here in case you do that and fall off. You can kind of just happily float and save yourself without having to worry about anything. I believe it turns left here, yes. Alright, let's go through here, break these boxes. I believe there's a little something under them. Apparently not. That was just a massive waste of time, except it wasn't massive. A lot of the things in Wind Waker, not sure why I'm making this comparison. Not as massive as the things in Wind Waker, where you spend 45 minutes going out of your way in a dungeon just to get a Joy Pendant, which you only have 50 of. But, yeah, it's kind of a weird comparison. I've been playing that game a lot lately, and it's a lot of fun, I've got to say. And, right here, I'm going to go ahead and just destroy this anvil, or apparently I'm not even going to do any damage to it with Omega, but at least I didn't get hurt by it like I have so many times in the past. Yeah, I've been discovering lately, I am definitely not very good with anvils. It's kind of weird because they're like the simplest objects in the game, like go now or don't go now, but I guess I'm just that kind of impatient gamer. I like speed in my Sonic games, and that's what they're all about. So, I don't know, I guess I'm just the kind of guy who rushes through everything blindly, and that might be why I'm decent at this game, because a lot of this game is just not regretting anything and just rushing forward and trying to get a good time. Then again, that's a lot of Sonic games. That's kind of their whole theme ever since the games started out on the, with Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and all those. But go ahead and go along here. Let's try not to lose our shield. I did so in my practice run, and that kind of sucked. But let's go ahead and jump up here, and there goes that guy right there. And why did this thing not open? Is there an enemy over here? Apparently not. Let's go ahead and homing attack randomly. Well, thunder shoot randomly, not homing attack randomly. And there we go, I guess. So let's go ahead and use Omega. And I really, really like Omega when he's fully leveled up, because his combo does a giant, like, it's spread missiles basically, and it's hard not to kill like anything instantaneously. Like that gold robot with that huge shield there, Omega took him out with very, very little effort. So very nice to have that. A lot of the power characters' moves, and I guess every character's moves, are very similar to their counterparts on the other teams, but I really do like Omega for whatever reason. I don't know. His flamethrower's good, his machine gun, I guess, is alright, and, you know, everything about him in general is very powerful and menacing. Just look at those red eyes. They are just intimidating you all over the place. Let's go ahead and homing attack into here. Make sure the pole is completely raised up before you homing attack into it, or else you can just fall off the edge, and since the speed character has no flying abilities, you cannot save yourself if you do that. But anyway, let's go through here. No really difficult enemies in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this with Omega rather than using a Team Blast. We'll use that in due time, have no worries. And now we're on this section of the level, in which it's very hard to do ring dashes, which I believe I showed in Team Sonic version of these levels, but yeah, it's very difficult to do ring dashes. Like I tried right there, and all I could do was a Rocket Excel. A lot of the time, come on. I need these points. There we go. Switch to Rouge and all your troubles are complete. Come on. Yeah, I wanted to hit the ground there, but yeah, it's very difficult to do ring dashes, and we have these spike things now, which are kind of reminiscent of the Bowser mines that you throw Bowser into in Super Mario 64, and did I say that in the Rail Canyon level? I don't know, I don't quite remember, but look at that timer up there. We're at 7 minutes and 30 seconds. We're not even done with the level yet, although we are very close, and oh my god, that is a giant jack-o'-lantern. This is the happiest Halloween ever. But yeah, make your team members fall into those switches instead of yourselves to, well, switches, I meant balloons too, instead of yourself to save yourself some time. And there we go, that's the end of the level. Let's hope that that was an A rank, because in my practice run, I did not get an A rank on my first try. Oh boy. Oh yeah, that's definitely an A rank.
I am Omega, the ultimate E-Series robot.
And next up, oh boy, we're going to be starting an even longer mission, Mystic Mansion, in which we're going to escape from the crazy castle. And let me tell you, this castle will make you pretty dang crazy, unless you're like super pro at this game. You can get through everything within half a second. Let's go ahead and kill this guy for a point bonus off the start, because I really do not want to have to do this level over again. I wonder if there are anything in these boxes. If there aren't, I'm just wasting time, and wow, I guess I just wasted time, which I hope that doesn't jeopardize my A rank, because I don't want to have to do this level twice. Simply put, I have had enough of these levels, and I just kind of got started on them, but you know, whatever. I'm just the type of impatient guy where, you know, I'm just gonna leave it at I'm impatient. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not ashamed to admit it. That's just the kind of gamer I am. Anyway, of course, oh my gosh, we have an ambush. Whatever shall we do? Well, we could just kill this golden robot up here, which is what I'm going to be doing. And it will kill everybody else. And he managed to shoot me and make me lose all my rings there, which really, really sucks. So let's go over here and take out Mr. Roboto. And I always kind of get that key by accident there, and I kind of hit myself on purpose later to, you know, just get rid of it. But I didn't get it this time, which is really surprising. Usually Omega's momentum causes me to get it no matter what, whether I want it or not. And I'm kind of taking this level really slow so far, so I'm going to have to pick up the pace if I want to hit an A rank. That said, let's go ahead and use a Team Blast here. It'll freeze time, and it'll kill all these enemies instantaneously, opening that case over there. And we have this switch, which outside of the castle, I guess, its function was to flip the world upside down. Inside of it, it does various things, so, not ever really specified what it does, or what the switch is, or anything about it, but I don't really care. It's a Sonic game. You're not expected to, understand absolutely every tidbit about everything. Although I do oftentimes continue to question the logic in this game, which is, I don't know. Maybe it's just in my personality, or in my, nature to question the logic of things that don't make any sense whatsoever. Maybe that's just human nature. Actually, that's definitely just human nature, so I'm not sure what I'm saying anymore. Is there a bonus in here? No, there probably was one down there, though, in one of those crates that I didn't break. Hopefully, those points don't have too much of an impact on my rank, but let's continue along here, jump over this pumpkin guy, and I'm not exactly sure how you're supposed to get, like, new records by like 1/10 of a second or whatever on these, rather than just the game feels like giving you one, because I'm not sure how you can go faster or slower. Just hold forward and jump over the obstacles and you're good, but beyond that I don't know if there's a way to make yourself go any faster. But anyway, remember those torches that we just saw holding the fire right there? We'll get a quick little glimpse of them, and switch detected ahead. Really? I didn't notice. Apparently it's the one on the left that you have to hit, unless, of course, this is randomized, but I don't believe it is. I said that in a previous part about something or other. I believe it was an item box or something like that. Oh yeah, an item box in the casino stages, but I don't believe anything in this game is randomized, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this switch here and hope for the best. Yay, I picked the right one. Right here, you can play a little game of sorts, I guess, but you could just jump over it or fly over with Rouge, whatever you prefer, and grab onto the ring, Rouge. It's not that hard. Interestingly enough, you can grind up that handrail right there, which is kind of cool. I've always liked how in Sonic games you can grind up virtually anything that looks like it's grindable on. It's like skateboarding, oh my gosh. You can do all sorts of illegal things and break all sorts of public property just because grinding is fun. But there's a little bit of a bonus over here, or maybe there's not. I think we have to kill all the enemies first, and did I miss one back here, or what? Oh wow, I missed two. Jeez, this is not a very good run. I have a feeling this is not going to be an A rank at all. Let's just hope that it is, and go ahead and grab Omega here and fly up. Because that opens the door, and without that, we would be absolutely nowhere right now. Actually, we would kind of be stuck and not have anywhere to go. And apparently there's a Team Blast right there, so I should have used a Team Blast earlier rather than not using one. But anyway, I guess they give you that Team Blast to take on this room of enemies right here, which, admittedly, if you don't have a fully leveled up Omega, which can basically annihilate everything within half a second of using any of his attacks, which he always so, is so eager to say. I forgot where I was going with that. That's kind of embarrassing, but anyway, I'm just gonna abuse the Rouge, or flying character glitch, by hitting Y and B at the exact same time to fill up your Team Blast meter very quickly, because I want these points. And I want him dead, and I guess that helps me in my run for an A rank because it freezes time for a little bit as well. Now, it's kind of inconsistent in this game what you can freeze and what you can't freeze with time freeze, Team Dark's Team Blast in this game. A lot of things freeze, but a lot of things don't freeze, like cages opening, doors opening, different things don't freeze with this Team Blast. It's kind of weird. But, yeah, those torches back there, Legend of Zelda style, we had to light them up with Omega, and it took me the longest time to figure that out the first time I played this game. Let's go ahead and grab this switch from Rouge. When I'm doing ring dashes like that are over a giant pit, I tend to jump before I do them. Well, at least now I do, after dying several times from not jumping, because it seems to make it more accurate, and the game doesn't confuse what you're doing with Rocket Excel or whatever. It just kind of, I don't know, it kind of locks onto the rings better if you're just in the air, so that you don't jump off the edge or only get one of the rings, or I don't know, it's weird. I just prefer jumping. Maybe that's just me hallucinating things in, but whatever. Let's go ahead and follow that bony finger there and jump onto yet another trolley. This is, I think, the third one of this level, which is kind of ridiculous, but come on. Glitch, stop happening. What are you doing? I kind of need to get a fast time on this level if I want to have an A rank, because I've been going slow already. So, jumped a little bit early there, and I jumped way, way late there, but unfortunately, that kind of sucks for me. And what you can do here is just light up these torches with Omega. You can jump and just press B in the air, and your team members will, like, fly in a circle around you, and that'll light up the torches instantly. I'm not sure how I figured out how to do that when I was a kid, because on my practice run, like the first time I was playing this game before I decided to LP it, I have no idea how long it took me to figure that out. I'm pretty sure I actually had to look it up. Kinda sad, I know, especially that I didn't just, like, try doing that. But anyway, let's use a Team Blast here, get combo points with Omega, and yeah. Hopefully our massive amounts of points, not that they're massive or, like, record-breaking or anything, will, impress anybody, but I kind of forgot what I was saying there as well. Now, what you can do, when you use that Team Blast, it will cause these ghosts to not spawn. Ghosts? I don't know, it seems like, I don't know, it sounds like a second grader pronouncing that when I say it. Oh well. Maybe I'm just as literate as a second grader. That's kind of embarrassing, but anyway, in here, in Team Dark, rather than having an individual challenge for each team, or for each team member, rather, you just have some enemies to kill, which I guess, you know, it's basically an individual challenge for each team member, because you're meant to kill these ones with the flying character and kill the ones I just killed with the speed character, because I guess these guys are floating high up in the air, but you know what, it's easier just to use multiple team members, so not sure why the game imposes that little challenge on you, but hey, I guess they did. Maybe if you want to challenge yourself, you can just do it with each individual character that's intended. But here, I believe, yup, here's this guy. I'm just going to go ahead and use the Team Blast here, because using Omega here can be very dangerous since there are no guardrails on this platform. And if you don't use your momentum correctly, you can just fly off the edge. But I believe that's actually about the end of this level, and I did fairly, I did this fairly quickly. Let's go ahead and hit this switch, and yep, there's the end. It's about the same length as Team Sonic's version of this level, maybe. All I know is that it ends off in the exact same place, so not sure whether it's longer or the same length or anything, but dear God, I hope that's an A rank. Yeah.
Omega, the
Oh, that's good.
E-Series robot.
What do you think, Omega?
Sensors jammed. Real Eggman ID not possible.
We'll just have to find out, won't we?
What's the matter? Cold feet? Well then, here I come. Get them.
You know, if that is a fake Eggman, it's really good at imitating the Doctor's classic, you know, cocky, like, oh my gosh, I am a genius, I'm going to destroy the world demeanor. But, yeah, you know, he thinks he's such a genius, he thinks he's so much smarter than Sonic and all of his pals, but he's really not. He has tried to destroy the world many times, and he's never really accomplished anything. I mean, in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, or Sonic Adventure 2, rather, 2 Battle was just a kind of a port for it, but I guess he blew up the moon, and I guess that's somewhat of an accomplishment, maybe, but, like, I don't know. He never seems to really have accomplished anything. I'm not sure how he still has the will to continue I guess he just has a passion for these sort of things. It's his hobby. It's his hobby. It's what he does in his free time. Try to take over the world. That's some Pinky in the Brain stuff right there. Let's go ahead and take out these planes here. Are they planes or robots? Well, I guess even if they are planes, they'd probably have to be remote controlled, so they're still a robot in that regard. So either way, they're planes. Now, if you get a Team Blast here, you might be tempted to use it on all these gold robots, but my advice to you is do not do that. Because the next round, I guess I'm going to call these things rounds now, the next thing that we're going to have to be doing, what? Getting my sentences all jumbled up, but the next thing we have to do is going to be a giant ring of golden turtles. And yes, you're going to want to save your Team Blast for this because, as you know, golden turtles take a very, very long time to take out. Even if you have an upgraded Shadow, admittedly, they do take a while because you have to jump on them, and sometimes they'll flip over and you have to wait for them to hit the ground. But Team Blast overall is just a lot more quick. Let's just leave it at that, rather than rambling on about the same thing forever and ever. So we already have an upgraded Omega, well, fully upgraded Omega rather, and so we can just kind of demolish everything in sight with relative ease. And our team members are making fun of the robots, which I guess is a good sign that we're making some sort of progress. Let's go ahead and destroy these wizards here. Make sure to either take them out first or take them out with Omega instantaneously so that you don't have to worry about them healing that giant robot there, which can be very annoying. I didn't know those two were in the back at first on my practice run, so I just kind of, you know, destroyed the ones in the front and destroy the ones in the back. Sorry for that momentary pause there, but wasn't quite sure what I was trying to get at, which is... If I can't understand what I'm trying to say, I guess that's probably a bad sign, and the viewers can't understand what I'm trying to say. You know, maybe I should work on changing that, but let's go ahead and destroy these guys over here. You may be tempted to go for this big robot first, and did I just lose all my rings? Yes, apparently I did. But I would recommend going for those wizard robots first, because even these smaller robots can get healed, and that can be very annoying. And I kind of just keep repeating myself. I don't care about wizards, I don't care about Gandalf, I don't care about Dumbledore, I care about destroying all these robots, man. I am just the most impatient gamer of all time. So let's go ahead and destroy this guy, and hopefully, let's get on with this. So, next round entails what? More of these wizards guys, but this time they're in their dark form, which is their, you know, attacking form, I guess, more or less. A bit more dangerous to your ring count and everything, but not very dangerous in general because I think the game says they have a very, very powerful attack, but all they do is sap your rings, just like all the other enemies in this game. Like, if you get touched by the smallest enemy, it has the same effect as those guys. But anyway, unfreeze time here, and let's see, what do we have going on? Apparently, a lot of these flying robots, so let's go ahead and take them out this way. I guess taking them out in Rouge might be a little bit more effective, but a lot of the time I have a little bit trouble with aiming with her because it'll like go up and destroy three of the enemies in a row, and I have to jump up and do all those shenanigans, and that's probably not making very much sense to you because I'm not very good at describing things like that. But anyway, we have a lot of trains here too. There's 1, 2, whoa, 3, 4, 5. 5 trains. Wow, that's a lot more than I expected. I thought there was like 3 there, but 5 I guess is acceptable too. Let's go ahead and destroy everything with Omega, and I believe this is the second to last platform, so let's not waste our Team Blast here. Just destroy everything with his fire. I think for Knuckles it was called like the Fire Dunk or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but whatever. Let's go ahead and go over here. And those balloons way off to the side, the way you get those is jumping into the cannon with Omega and firing off 2 of your teammates with him to get those balloons, and then pressing B to cancel it out so that you live yourself. But yeah, this is one of the last platforms, and it looks like there's some airplanes over there, but I guess they destroy themselves. They're kamikazes, oh no! But anyway, we have one final challenge, which is 3 of these big guys. One of them is wearing armor, and yeah, this is kind of a terrible, terrible, terrible final challenge, because, not because of those 2 big guys, but because of this one right here. So let's go ahead, try to take him out right now with Omega's infinite supply of missiles, and there we go. Is that the end of this level?
Don't get too excited, boys! Those were the easy ones!
I guess it is, and those were the easy ones, as Eggman said. I'm not sure if the hard ones even exist at this point, but anyway, thank you all for watching this episode of Sonic Heroes. I will see you guys next time where we tackle the last set of stages and end off Team Dark Story, and we take it to Eggman himself. See you guys then.